Welcome to Pixel Pioneer. Today, we're examining the strategic shift in the global technology trade war. Recently, the tech war sharply escalated. The FCC is dismantling foreign networks, and the Department of Defense has blacklisted giants like Alibaba and Baidu, and export controls on high-end AI chips have reached a new peak. The impact on American hardware firms has been absolute. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang recently admitted that his company's market share in China's data center sector has dropped entirely to zero. The strategy aims to cut off access to advanced microchips and stall Beijing's ability to fuse its military and civilian industrial bases. By severing access to Western hardware, this blockade created a massive economic vacuum. Instead of stalling development, this pressure triggered a massive defensive structural reaction within the Chinese economy. We can see the scale of this pivot in the 2026 Government Work Report and the directives of the 15th Five-Year Plan. National strategy has shifted from rapid economic catch-up and export reliance toward high-level science and technology self-reliance. The tech siege did not break the economy. It forced the blueprinting of a completely self-sufficient domestic techno-industrial fortress. The whole-of-nation approach functions as a securitized industrial policy. Every technical capability is managed as an essential component of national defense. This chart tracks government subsidies flowing into Chinese industry over the last decade. There is a steep, continuous upward trajectory in capital targeting the industrial and IT sectors. To guarantee the demand for these products, procurement rules mandate that state-owned enterprises purchase domestic innovations first, even when those early products lag behind global quality standards. By forcing public buyers to adopt local hardware, Beijing transfers the financial risks of development from private startups to the state budget. To execute these goals, the state combines its financial resources with the flexibility of private firms. They utilize programs for little giants and single champions to focus small, agile companies on foundational technologies. S1 Material Technology is a primary example. They are flooding the domestic market with 12-inch silicon wafers, priced dramatically below the average global production cost. This pricing aligns with a 2026 internal government directive targeting 70% domestic sourcing for these wafers by the end of the year. Previous efforts like Made in China 2025 targeted broad economic metrics and missed their marks. Dominating a specific foundational substrate like wafers is a more pragmatic and effective milestone for supply chain independence. Technological isolation removes the option to buy standard global solutions, forcing researchers toward aggressive, unorthodox innovation in the areas where they are blockaded. Blocked from purchasing the lithography machines required to manufacture advanced chips, Huawei introduced the Tau scaling law. This is a theoretical roadmap to achieve 1.4 nanometer transistor densities by 2031 without using embargoed Western equipment. This push is happening across the entire tech stack simultaneously. It includes a 3-year plan to integrate AI into telecom networks and an intensive 2026 schedule of missions for the National Space Program. These sector-wide advancements function as the constituent parts of a strategy to build a parallel, self-sustaining technology stack. This ecosystem is physically anchored in megahubs like Shenzhen, where manufacturing plants and software engineering labs sit in the same district. Housing the entire supply chain within a single national border creates what researchers call an accelerator effect. At the robotics firm Unitree, local engineers can source 30,000 components in half a day. This logistical speed allowed the company to move through 8 product iterations in only 6 months. Western competitors rely on fragmented global supply chains that cannot match an iteration tempo generated by this level of localized density. As U.S. firms lose access to the Chinese market, domestic alternatives are absorbing that revenue. Companies like Huawei and AI chip designer Cambricon are recording revenue surges of several thousand%. The global technology market is fragmented into 2 distinct hardware-incompatible ecosystems. China has stopped trying to integrate into the Western technological order. It has built its own, backed by patient state capital and absolute policy resolve. Thank you for watching Pixel Pioneer. For more on the systems shaping our world, subscribe to the channel and we'll see you in the next video.